Yo, what up, STS here. Welcome to another simple review, and this is a shitty ass fucking way. Never fuck it. Welcome to another simple review in the kitchen, the messy ass kitchen. It's terrible here. The fucking sink smells like shit because of all the fucking, the thing. The fuck is this? Sorry, we got a little, oh. Oh. The simple review, day after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, one of the most weirdest Thanksgiving days of all time. Yesterday, weird. But here I am, late last night. I did watch a movie, well, part of it, and then the end of today. And that is the movie right there in the title. I'm back with Chuck Norris. The second movie, the first movie I did was The Hitman. And I'll make sure I have a link of The Hitman URL, the simple review I'd done before. I wasn't a fan of The Hitman. And I saw Hulu had this film, and they had it for a while. Fuck off, phone. Code of Silence. 1985's Code of Silence, and it's about to expire 6 days away from Hulu. So it's like, I might as well watch it. And what I think about the films, about Chuck Norris's films, that my dad would say and some few others, he's a shitty, terrible, fucking lousy actor. For me, he's fucking Chuck Norris. I love how his movies are. Just like the Walker Texas Ranger series, which every episode's the same fucking thing. Or there might be some two-parters, but the bad guys whooping ass or getting the things, and then Chuck Norris comes in the day and whoops some fucking ass to save the fucking day. And I think I said that twice, but it doesn't matter. Outstanding fucking work here. Code of Silence, and here's the thing too about this. My simple reviews here, I talk about it, the movie and everything, the characters, and then the subplot and the plot. And then some guy was bitching about one of my monster series, because I spoil it. The recap, that's what it's called. And when I do spoil every movie, after my full, my review of, I liked it or not, then I talk about the story and what I thought about it. I say, okay, now those spoilers. 10 seconds. Alright, and then after 10 seconds, then I talk about spoilers. So that's what I'm going to start doing, to have it more to you guys. So if you don't want to hear the spoilers, at least you get to hear my pure, quick fucking thought before the spoilers, unless you want to watch the spoilers. So if you saw the movie, you want to see how I liked it. But right here, the Code of Silence, 1985. This movie starts out with a fucking bang here. These two fucking mobbing well, you don't even know first. This movie starts out with a bang. Which there's a plot and there's a subplot to this. The little story to it. The main plot is these two fucking mobbings. Well, he's Sarge Eddie Cusack, and it just starts out in a fucking bang. Dennis Farina is in here. Who else is in there? The guy who plays one of the, I don't know, you'll know what it is. The guy who plays Emilio Estevez's father of Breakfast Club. You come on, you gotta win. His father, he's got one of the actors. I don't know his name. Harry Moody, I think his name is. He's the older guy was the guy that Macaulay Culkin was watching the movie. Shut up, you filthy animal. I think it's him. It looks like. But and some others. And then Harry Silva, who plays the major bad guy. But basically, this film just starts out with a fucking drug bust gone fucking wrong from Norris and everybody else. And then it goes to haywire. Non-stop fucking action. I fucking love the action. And there is some kills with women, grandmothers getting shot, killed to death. But it basically, from a drug bust, goes to shit. And there's two mobs, whatever. There's this fucking, I call them porn. Well, you can't say porn stash because that's a fucking the Orange is the New Black reference. No, we're gonna call him fucking mom stash or whatever. This guy is like, I don't know if the Italian or it's the mob. I don't know, but they're going after. They were supposed to get. It was an informant. Because this is the one thing I'm gonna talk about. The very first plot thing here is there's an informant with the guys, a black motherfucker, playa, and then he's like talking about, I'm gonna go to this deal, and it has the guy who's buying, who has the money, who has the drugs, who's or maybe he's got the money, he wants the drugs, or he's got the most weirdest, most fucked up looking like fucking mullet I've ever seen in my fucking life. But then later on you see there's a paint truck, because you got Cusack, you got all of his men in one area, different areas in there, got the walkie-talkies ready to go in. But then there's these fucking painters that are mob stashes guys, and then they end up fucking this. The whole thing was a setup and an open window. Whoa, these guys, these fucking stupid assholes. I don't know what the hell their names is. Let's see here. I'm trying to think here. What the fuck? I'm trying to see what their names were. See, this is, well, basically, well, pretty much right here. That's what it is. And it was a typical film from nowhere. So it was the previous ones that have been more martial arts skills. This was a crime drama. It was filmed in a location in Chicago with a few subplots. It features Norris as Sergeant Edgy Cusack, a streetwise, a streetwise plainclothes officer who takes down the crime czar, responsible for officers being wounded in a botched drug egg. So teams up the Prowler. So I'm trying to think what these people are. Victor Camacho. Yeah, so Victor Camacho, he's the main guy they're trying to go after. And his brother is the Louis Camacho. What's his name out here? Louis Camacho, who's played by the legendary Henry Silva. And I saw this guy, I looked at him, and I recognize this guy, and a no-brainer. He was in the fucking original Ocean's 11. So I thought that was pretty good, but he plays this really intimidating mob boss jackass. But they go up there, and it was a failed because porn stash. Well, I don't know his fucking name because I don't care. Let's call him Mob Stash, Italian Stash, or whatever. And his crew ended up trying to kill them, and then some of his people got killed. So he's getting looked down at, like he's trying to get this war and against these people, against the Camachos or whatever. And you find out Louis later on in the film after his people were all killed. Victor still is bees alive. He ended up surviving, which I have no fucking clue how he did. But later on in the film, you find out you think about the Louis character. And one of my favorite lines is when he has this one thing about these movies about Chuck Norris is this guy is not afraid of nobody. This motherfucker could go in a fucking alley and be like against 5-6 fucking gangbangers. This motherfucker can whoop everybody's fucking ass. Watching these films gives me confidence. Even though I don't know martial arts or anything, I just know fucking fuck you fool. Fuck you kung fu. That's the only thing I know is fuck you elbow. But it gets more. It's funny because there's one of the scenes, and I'm going to go on and off here, because I'm just going to talk because I just talked about the whole thing. That's how it goes in, and then Louis's boys wants to go after Italian knob or Italian stash, and they win his daughter, so they kill everybody. There's a spoiler. Sorry about that. Kill the fucking grandma. His mother or his mother-in-law and stuff. So, but the daughter survives. But one of my favorite scenes is like I said about Chuck Norris. Like he went in the hospital checking out somebody, and then him and his rookie cop, and he's like, "Hey Eddie, how do you talk to you?" And like he's all his buddies saying, like, next time I'd like to give you a Colombian necktie. Basically, you slit your throat and your tongue. I don't know what it is. And then Chuck Norris is like smiling at him. Well, why don't you give me one right now? And Louis is like, it's like, fuck you, Louis fucking Camacho. It's fucking Chuck Norris you're talking to over there. But yeah, that's the main plot. He's trying to get through. I mean, he has to go up and save the daughter because the daughter ends up getting fucking kidnapped. And then, voila, Chuck Norris gets pissed the fuck off. Subplot. Now, there's a couple subplots, but I think there's only one subplot. Is when it starts out, the guy who plays Harry Moody or something, well, during the first time the drug blaze, he accidentally shoots a teen out of frustration. The teen had no thing, and he ended up putting the gun next to his son, next to the kid, to say he didn't do it or not. And he was a drunk. He was drinking before, so he's probably drunk as fuck. And he did that. Oh fucking, I don't know. And he tries to make it that he didn't do it. Guilty motherfucker. But then the rookie, the guy who's with him, he ends up getting trained in places with him and goes with Chuck. And Chuck doesn't want him, that's everybody. Like, I don't want a partner, I want to do it by myself, But he ends up getting respect for the guy. But then you find out there's a hearing about that whole thing, and then he lied for him. But then at the very end of the day, he said, he went up after that guy in front of the boys. I'm not fucking lying anymore. You fucking did that shit. because there was a hearing and stuff. I knew one thing. Chuck Norris wanted him to get off the force because he had like 30 years. I was like, you know what, it's time, be done, you know. And the one thing about the hearing is later on the hearing is no one. And then they were signing a petition to get him through it. Chuck Norris didn't fucking do it because he said, you know what, fuck everybody. He doesn't need to be here because he's fucking destructive. So I think maybe so. I have no idea. But the thing is, though, when he went after the fucking at the ending here, spoiler alert, sorry, when he goes after everybody, the fucking Camacho, since he killed fucking Mustache, which I thought that was kind of fucking lackluster. I mean, because his uncle was, it's just, I don't know. There was more of the Camachos with the fucking Italian stash. Or whoever, I don't know how the fuck. He didn't look like Italian, he looked like a fucking white, typical person. I don't know. But his death was so dumb of a car crash, and then Eddie, Chuck Norris' character, just chased after him. But at the very end, you know, he gets his comeuppance, because he faces his daughter. But at the hearing, though, everybody fucking fucked off. And didn't help him. Oh, he was asking for backup, but he did it himself, and he fucking did it. He got his ass kicked, but he got back to fuck up and kicked everybody's ass. And he used the fucking Prowler, which I think the Prowler is probably one of the best fucking, like, military fucking police force, like, tanks. I mean, like, I don't know if it's a tank or one. I remember seeing that in the early days. My grandpa had this film, Code of Silence, and I thought it was pretty excellent. One of my random favorite scenes is probably the two petty robbers, which it was a little petty plot of these going to this bar, and they don't realize, because first the one black guy goes in and like, oh, everybody's looking at the bar. It's one thing I hate when you go in a bar, everybody just looks at you, ugh. That's what I fucking hate. It gets so intimidating. But he just goes to the bathroom, and then his partner goes in, and then he gets back in like, all right, motherfucker, get your hands up, and then everybody has their guns like, what the fuck you doing? And that was going to be the most funniest thing in the whole world to see. These fuckers didn't realize that these were all cops in here. But that was it. And then, how, I don't understand, I'm going to see the daughter who played Luna. Ralph Foodie, that was his name. Craigie, who did the whole shooting thing. But Mike Javin, so that was Tony Luna. So Tony Luna's aka Italian Stash, or whatever you want to call him. But the daughter's name, Molly Hagan. She's just... Molly Hagan, I mean, that's her. I thought she was related to Jennifer Lawrence, because she looked like Jennifer Lawrence in this film. I mean, not all the way the features, but I mean, somewhat with the hair, I mean, the face and everything. It's like, what the fuck? I thought she was related. She's not. She was raised in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's pretty cool. But at the very end of the day, I thought this film was very, very fucking good. More action, non-stop fucking action. The one thing I didn't really care about this film was the fucking music. Like these Seinfeld fucking bass lines. And this it's also an Orion Pictures film. So, but to be here, this film is so much more better than The Hitman, which I watched before. I was so bored with that film and didn't really care for it or whatnot. I don't know what I said. Watch the review. It's down in my description box of that link there. But this film, Code of Silence, all the way. I love the film. Now, is this rewatchable? Well, now I can't rewatch it on Hulu. But then again, if I had to show somebody a Chuck Norris film, I actually think it was. I actually liked it, and I probably could rewatch this film again. So I actually do recommend this film. Now, people be bitching about Chuck Norris films, but you know what? Fuck you. This is me. I enjoyed it, and I think you should enjoy it. It's Chuck Norris. Any films of Chuck Norris is like an over badass. Because if Bruce Lee was still alive, I mean, I don't think there would be less Chuck Norris films, maybe. Maybe I'll be wrong. I don't know. I'm fighting a cold still. But at the end of the day, Code of Silence is a fucking whatever. I mean, it was great 80s fucking action. And I fucking enjoyed it. And I think you would do as well. Sorry for the spoilers, but that's again I talk about in my view and stuff. But this is Simple Review for Code of Silence, and we'll see you for the next Simple Review. Peace.